Alright guys, it's another week out here. I'm back, and I hope you guys enjoyed the last video. I know it was a little bit different than normal, but I figured you guys should see why I'm gone for so long, I guess. But we're back, and we got to get some stuff done out here. We're working on the solar rack and getting solar panels mounted. Man, what a beautiful day to have solar if we had some panels up. So we don't have panels up, which is kind of crappy. It is a beautifully warm day. I believe this below 60s maybe. It is warm. So excited. Maybe spring is here. Probably a couple more cold snaps to come, but we are looking good for spring. And we got a lot of stuff over here we got to take care of. We got a lot of stuff over here we got to take care of, and you don't need to listen to me jowl jack. Just let's get to it and get some solar panels up. We got our string line up, and that will be the bottom of the top row. So as long as we line up the bottom of each panel with that string line, the panels will look pretty straight. Hopefully, I guess. We'll see how it goes. Let's put a panel up. Let's see what happens. And start the learning curve. I'm sure there's a learning curve here. I'm sure it's gonna take me a minute to figure out how to get that up there a little bit easier. I do have help coming tomorrow, so might be a little bit easier. I'm not sure yet, but I can tell you right now, this ain't easy. And that panel, it's like, I don't know, 50, 75 pounds, something like that. 50 pounds, I think. It's heavy, especially when you're in an awkward position trying to get it up there. But I don't know. Here we go. There's probably an easier way. I could probably get better from the ladder behind. I'm not really sure. Give it a shot. Here we go. I wonder. Yeah, that was back-breaking, but it's kind of in place. Not quite, but we'll figure that out in a second. Okay, we got her in place. I'm just gonna seal underneath the bracket and then screw her in. No way. Hey, last one for today. All right, concludes it for one day. I think it looks pretty good. You can definitely see there's a little warping in the wood. So I can see like a hump in the middle there. It's gonna be really noticeable on this bottom one. That bottom right one, or not the very bottom, but that middle one, has got a massive bow in it. So, I mean, it's wood. I mean, I can't complain. This might be temporary. It might be for 5-10 years, who knows, but for now it's gonna have to work. Good here. Okay, I need to switch to this to the middle, I guess. That looks pretty straight, right?
I guess, yeah.
This is what we got done today so far. We got the bottom 6 panels in. Had some help this morning. We got it done in like 30 minutes. It was really nice. But yeah, our first solar array is up and running. Well, not really running. It's up. So what we got going now? Oh, I got a tool out here. Pretty neat. I got all the cables. I ran it all and rolled it all back up, and gonna run it. However, I was gonna run it through some PEX tubing, and yeah, that became super difficult and probably not gonna happen. So looks like we'll have to get some schedule 40 1-inch, maybe 1.5-inch PVC, and we'll run that in the ground. In the woods here, I really don't care how deep it is. It doesn't need to be real deep, so digging, I just don't want to see it. So the goal is just to not see the tube. Once we get into the driveway area, it'll have to go a lot deeper, but right through here is just I don't want to see it. I just don't want to see it laying on the ground. I thought about not burying it and just running it across the top of the ground. However, not a fan. Not a fan of this tube just running through the woods. So just bury it a couple inches deep, just so I don't have to see it, and we'll press forward. with that, we'll try to keep this line as straight as possible. I'm not very good at that. Should probably run some stake lines in and some guide wire, but we'll push forward. We'll keep going. Well, I think I told you yesterday, it's definitely a new day out here. PEX didn't work. We couldn't make it more than 10 feet. And I was gonna try the string method or suck it through, but it was just too tight. I definitely wasn't gonna make it no 200 feet. It has been too tight. So last night I went out to the local hardware store and we got some PVC. And mainly I just want to put it inside something so prolong the life, something doesn't happen to it. I don't run it over, cut something, dig a hole, and mess up my wires. I probably needed some type of schematic, some type of map out here to show where I got wires at, because sometimes it's going to be a little bit difficult to figure out like where through these woods that I buried some wires. So it wouldn't hurt to have a little schematic. I think I am going to leave some of the pipe exposed. That'll help, and I'll just spray paint it black, maybe throw some pine needles over it so we can at least see it. I think as long as it's protected, I'm not too worried about it. It's not like I'm running around in here, at least not right now, with some four-wheelers or any type of vehicle, so it should be fine. But let's get started. Throw this on. And we'll run it through the next one. These are 10-foot sections, a lot easier to manipulate. And these shorter ones. All right, we got our wires run all the way through from the panels to the garage, through the garage into the control panels. No, charge controllers. We'll hook them up, and then we'll see how it goes. Alright folks, so we got all our panels hooked up and everything's running to these two boxes. It's just this kind of, it's all jackered up, but that's okay. So we got one set of panels running off of this fuse, and then one set of panels running off this combiner box. I had bought this combiner box originally thinking I could run all my panels through one. However, limitations made it not going to happen. But anyway, so we got some fuses in here, but the main thing was to make sure I had some fuses protecting my panels. So that fuse, that has a fuse, so we ended up using it. As you can see, wires kind of needs some work still, but we're getting organized. We got these kind of organized. It's a little bit messy, but it's gonna do the trick. And we got our pipe buried, our conduit, if you will, and right down the way a little bit. Right down the way a little bit. All I did was kind of threw some leaves and needles on it. So I don't know if that'll be the final thing, but as of right now, nobody is coming in here. Nobody walks, rides, drives, anything inside here. So I know it's there. I'm the main one that does anything around here, so I know it's there. And yeah, maybe I just got a little lazy. Maybe eventually it'll get buried for real, but as of right now, we're just gonna leave it at that. Leave it there. So, well, we got the solar hooked up. It's a cloudy day, which is kind of crappy. We're still charging batteries, which is pretty awesome. Tomorrow's supposed to be a little bit sunnier, maybe. I don't trust weathermen around here. I do see blue sky up over there in the north, but I don't know if it'll actually get here. And I buried the conduit up to here into the garage, except for there's probably like 10-15 feet that I couldn't bury because this ground is just solid. So I threw some wood over the top of it just to make sure nobody runs it over. I buried the rest. This will definitely have to get dug out once the thaw happens in the spring. But the main thing is we have power. I forgot the ladder out there. We have power, so that's what we're going for. We want to reproduce instead of having to buy gas every week, every couple days, whatever it is when we have to charge the batteries. But it is nice to not have to pay an electric bill now. Good morning, folks. Just want to give you an update before I put this video out. I want to give you a little look-see of the solar here. She was fully charged yesterday. We had a nice day of sun. Today is snowing, so we're not going to get very much solar input, plus the panels are pretty full of snow. So we'll see how long she goes, but man, I couldn't be happier. I did have to make a few minor modifications. The solar controllers were unable to handle 6 panels. So I had to disconnect one. We went down to 5 panels each, and that seems to charge it on a nice day regardless. So 5 panels each, that still gives me, I have 8 panels left. I think when I do get another solar controller, I'll get a bigger one, something that can handle more. These can only handle 250 watts. I thought 6 panels would be perfect. However, when it starts to get close to 250 volts, when it starts to get close to 250 volts, it just will stop charging. It just completely stops. So we needed to make some adjustments, and bam. So needless to say, 10 panels will be roughly 420 volts in the cold. It only seems to happen in the cold. So next time we'll get a 450 volt solar controller, so we can hook all 10 panels into that one controller and run it up. So easy peasy, we'll make it happen. But just wanted to give you that last update. The solar panels are working like a dream. I can't complain one single bit. They usually charge by 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and we're not really getting sun until 10, almost 10:30, 11 o'clock. So they charge quick. They charge the batteries super fast. But y'all have a great week. I'll catch you next week.